Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Knox, and this is my 1,400 square foot house located here in Pensacola. My house is located in a residential neighborhood, is 48 years old and was made in 1974, and the condition is in partially to roughly good shape. Here in these next few photos, you'll start to see the outside of my house, the exterior walls, the roof, and all the equipment and components that evolve around the outside of my house. As you'll catch a glimpse of the south side of my house, the roof is composed of asphalt composite shingles. Seeing as that my roof is made of asphalt composite shingles, they normally have a life expectancy of anywhere from 20 to 40 years with minimal maintenance. And considering the color is light brown hues or a desert storm color, the shade of the roof being light brown means it's able to absorb more solar radiation when it begins to heat up. Furthermore, the ability to absorb more solar radiation could possibly mean that there's going to be an increase in energy ratings, which may result in the contribution of increasing and needing to run extra cooling devices or an additional air system inside the house. Unlike the front yard, our backyard is covered with a line of trees that hang over the property line. Trees can reduce a household's energy consumption for heating and cooling by up to 25%. As we continue, my house is made out of brick. The layout shows that the running brick pattern around my house is followed by veneer walls, which have become very popular in the last 30 years in residential buildings and are widely known for being very energy efficient. Brick and veneer walls tend to be very energy efficient because the thermal mass of the wall offers an ability to absorb and store heat, thereby slowing heat movement through the wall before releasing it back into the air. Over time, I can tell that people have applied sealers and patched weep holes, but for the most part, veneer walls and brick walls are primarily maintenance-free. Within these walls, there's gypsum board, interior finish, and cavity, followed by a form of insulation that looks to be fiberglass. Fiberglass is commonly known to be really energy efficient and durable over long periods of time, so considering this house is a little bit older, I'm pretty sure it's in still good shape. As we stretch on over to the front side of the house, we will look at one of the 6 exterior windows that my house provides. As you might be able to tell from a distance, each window, other than the dining room window, is double hung and constructed out of fiberglass holding a mesh screen on the outside exterior side of the window. Each window throughout my house seems to be sealed up tight and in really good condition. Considering, like I said, that they're made out of fiberglass, or the windows are, there are multiple glass panes inside of the fiberglass windows that act as insulating layers. Here we have a look at my back window in my living room. It's the largest window in the house and is actually double pane. With being the biggest window, when we first moved in, it was actually the oldest window. It had to be replaced and it had to be resealed because when we were cleaning off the back window when we first moved in, it let in a lot of water into the living room. I think it's pretty safe to say that with every window, whether it's covered by trees or not, it's pretty sealed tight, energy efficient, and couples for a really good setup around our house. But now let's look at our doors. Within my house, I have 3 exterior doors, which have both come weather stripped. Around each door, the weather stripping consists of a tubular rubber or vinyl that is attached to the wood, and it serves as a seal, conserving energy and helping us save more money on most of our exterior doors. Here's a look at an interior door that leads to the exterior door in the garage. It consists of a doggy door, which I'm not really sure if it's considered energy efficient because it's never closed off fully and lets in air throughout the house all the time, every single day and all night. Now let's take a look at the floors of my house. All around my house, other than both bathrooms, my house consists of laminate wood flooring, which is really typical in rental houses, and they come with a bunch of pros and cons. Rather than a thicker wood, laminate can be really easy to install at a cheap price, but they're susceptible to moisture damages and toxicity, depending on the bonding used. The condition of my floors seem pretty good, and they amplify heat really well, store heat in them really well. So I would consider them energy efficient for the time being, but I don't know when the last time they were replaced. So now let's go ahead and dive on over to the lights. Considering my house or Oasis receives a partial amount of sunlight into my home or on the backside of my home, my house has 6 main lighting fixtures, and as you'll notice in these photos, there really aren't any ceiling fans in our house, which is also really good for efficiency. Most of these lighting fixtures take halogen light bulbs and are said to have a high CRI rating, an equivalent light output that produces probably the same performance as a higher wattage bulb. These bulbs are 52-watt bulbs. And they are said to last a really long time. I don't know, some people say 10 times as long as a normal bulb. This is probably one of the artificial lighting fixtures that we moved in about a year ago, and we haven't had to replace it just about all day. It's my roommate's lamp, so with it being on all day, I don't really think that would be considered energy efficient. Probably definitely raises the power bill maybe by $1 or so a month, which isn't big, but probably one of the constant lighting flows that's artificial or turned on manually that's kept on all day and all night. Let's go ahead and look at our water heater. It's made by Whirlpool. It's got a 54-gallon capacity. It's a electric water heater, and it's made by Payne Heating and Cooling. These specific water heaters are made as dependable, affordable, and pretty energy efficient. At the end of each month, you can definitely tell how efficient it is. Right here, you'll start to see the top of the air handler. This is an FXM 4X Quiet Comfort Fan Coil System. It was made in 2007 in July. Radiates about 15 amps on a single compressor system, and it's manufactured at 1445 kilowatts. Its annual savings about 35% more on a federal minimal scale. Considering this unit has a fan coil system, it offers functionality of heating and cooling concentrated places, where in like most homes it's room by room. And yeah. Lastly, we'll go ahead and look at our current condensing unit, as well as it's made by Payne as well. This is a PA14NC model. It's a quiet performance. It's a 14 SEER cooling system, and it was made back in 2009. It seems pretty durable, pretty bulky. Could stand the bad weather out here in Florida. From looking on the label, it's a single stage compressor, which is more energy efficient, bringing in about 76 decimal levels. And it consists of a refrigerant that's not ozone depleting, as said on this side label.